Mhm. So, it's poppin'. I don't think I could, I didn't hear the, message thing. Oh well. What's poppin'? I'm a non-found. Is that even how you say that? What are you drawing? Or just doing? Oh, I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing here. Yep. So that's pretty much it. And now I'm just like inking the characters, kind of going for that cell 2D style, if you know what I mean. Thanks. Let me go back. Do you do this kind of stuff? Yeah, I like to use Krita. It's just easier. It's a lot easier. I gotta turn this music down. It's too loud in my other ear. No, other way around. There we go. Just yeah, it's just a lot easier to use and it's free. And I well, there's not really a lot of other alternatives that are, you know, of good use or of affordable prices. You know, there's Adobe, but Adobe is really expensive. Um, I mean, I will be going to university soon, so I mean, there's that. So maybe I'll get, you know, like a partnership thing. So I'll probably get that going, and then who knows, maybe I'll start using it, see what it's like. Do you use this kind of, so you use Krita as well. What kind of stuff have you done? Yeah, no, Krita is goated. It's goated for what it's worth, I think. I think if it costed something, maybe a lot of people wouldn't be as, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it would be just as good as Adobe. I do digital art too, but low-key haven't been able to draw anything recently. Is it because of like school, like finals? It is that time of finals, so Or is it kind of like a lack of ideas? Because I get that all the time. Oh, wait, what? No, that's not where that goes. Finals will. I got finals too, but I've got nothing else better to do as of right now. So that's why I'm doing this. Not really, just a lack of motivation, I guess. Well, then just do it.
Yeah, man, just do it. Just do it, man. Absolutely no shame.
That's my Charlie voice. It's weird, I know. I don't know if anybody here has any advice, because I know there's a couple other people that are seeing this. I'm not sure if anybody has, I don't know, like any other way of like making 2D art look interesting, because I've been trying that for a while, but I'm not sure exactly what makes it click, because I see some things on Instagram where people make like really cool pieces of 2D art, right? They get so much attention, but you know, I try and do the same. I guess I'm lacking something, but I have no idea what I'm lacking. Sometimes what I lack in understanding is no, go back, dang it. What I lack in understanding sometimes is sometimes how color works, because I'm way better at color in traditional, like the traditional art kind of thing. Um, but I'm not that great at it with digital because I don't know, like I have less room for error, so I just care less, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, it's not important. Um, yeah, but what kind of I don't know if you're still watching this. What kind of digital art, I can't say that word without sounding dumb. Digital, what kind of digital art have you done? I do semi-real at least, or I try, lol. That's pretty cool. Do you have an Instagram? Or like anywhere that I guess I could see that. And if you don't want to share it, that's fine, because I actually know a lot of people that don't really share their stuff. Which, you know, I get sometimes. I get why people don't want to share their work, but like, come on. You gotta have somebody appreciate your work, even if it's family. No, unfortunately, I deleted all my social media shaking my bro. Nah, it's chill, I get that. No worries. See how that looks like without that. I don't know about that. What am I doing? What the heck? If I can kind of imply that she is smiling a bit, like smirking. How did I do that? How could I do that? No, that looks dumb. Doing wrong. If your eyes squint, maybe? This one, I'm just trying to figure out how. I could just do that. A little mark of a smile. Slight implication of a mouth. Oh no, that looks really bad. Man, I really screwed myself with this angle. Not bad. Maybe that works? I actually like that. That's pretty good. I gotta thicken this guy's lines a bit though, so he can kind of match her. I don't like her hair, even though I sketched it that way. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just stick with that. I think that's fine. Hello again. Okay. What? Color. Right. Where's the brush I'm looking for? There we go. Okay. If you didn't know, these guys are Spanish. There's your indicator. Um, I'm just doing like base colors right now. I'm not doing like anything I'm not doing anything too serious because I just need to lay down colors so that way I can figure out everything else. It's just too much. That's, I can't even see anything. Okay, let's try this. Sorry if I'm not talking, I'm kind of semi-focused. Ah, dang it. Oh no. Oh, whips. Why did I not color? Oh, there we go. How do you like my classical music in the background? It's so fitting. That's perfect. Sometimes coloring characters is one of my favorite things to do, and then sometimes it's not because I'd want to work on the background. Because the background is actually going to be the thing that probably a lot of people would look at because it's going to be so pretty. And the characters are probably going to be the second thing they're looking at because it's not, I don't know. Maybe. Death of the author is such a fun thing. Funny thing, he's starting to look like a US soldier. Like one of those like Navy guys, like when they, I don't know, but let me give him like cream colored pants. Like grayed out cream colored pants. That way, it's not totally white. Because if I were to use total white, it would make every other color look bland. And if you use total black, sometimes it can look muted. You can make colors look muted or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a color expert. That's just what I heard online from. No, this is not the shading later. I almost forgot. I almost thought. Anywho. Any movies any of y'all are excited for? Come on. What should the belt color be? Oh, maybe the same green color we used. Okay, then come down this way. Black hair with a hint of maroon on the girl. Wait, like a hint of maroon on the girl's hair? Is that what you're saying? Hmm. I don't know. Well, we'll see how it works. Not bad. That's a pretty good recommendation. Thank you, German. hair, this hair currently is best. Yes, I agree. Good job. I am almost tempted to just make her dress a cream colored white because that just fits best. But it's not like a wedding color white. It's just a nice white, I guess. And I'll add like hints of like much brighter white details. Trust me, let me cook. I'm also just doing this because I need a base layer for colors, and then I'll figure out the rest later. So that way I can figure out lighting and other things like that. So we'll leave this for now. We'll leave it like that for now. Now let's just get rid of that so we can come back here for now. Wait, did you use references for this? No. Yes and no. Let me go back. So everything you see here, this stuff in the background, like that, I kind of pulled up some references for like Barcelona, Madrid kind of cityscape, but other than that, not really. I kind of just used from memory what I saw before from 19th century architecture, early 20th century architecture. So it's pretty much everything I did. So that's kind of the way it's going right now. But I'm not gonna have it be like that. No, no. So first, we're gonna do the sky. Do like a nice purpley kind of teetering on blue, dark shade. Because this, my dear friends, well, there used to be, okay, there was 4 people last time I looked. And I know what you're thinking. What are you doing? No, don't do that. And I say to you, hush. Give me a second. So you'll see what I'm doing. You'll be like, "Oh, bro, he's cooking." Nah, you won't say that. Please don't say that. So come here. No, I don't want the circle to. I'm just gonna draw this circle because no. Okay, we got the sky. Now we'll do the stars along with the moon. Let's make it smaller, actually. No. Okay. Pretty, pretty decent. Okay, now on to the stars. I've got a method for stars, and it's where to go. There it is. Pure white. Look at that. So many stars, even though you probably wouldn't be able to see that many. Or maybe you would. Maybe back in the something century, you probably could have been able to. Oh. Ah! Yeah, it's not working. Let's just go back to classic dot tool. Too big. Some brighter-ish stars here and there. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. I like it. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Same color as the sky, because now we gotta do the, forgot to put another layer. Let me do that right now. Sea. The sea. Okay, let's see here. Ah, get it? Let's see here. It's so funny. Okay, now that we've used that color, come back, make it no. Okay, now that we've used that color, I'm very, very confused. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're now we're talking. Straight line across, all the way across. There we go. Doing my best to not, take over every single space that the building shows. The buildings show, plural. Okay. Man, I got hiccups now. It's great. Made it this like really dark blue, kind of coral blue, whatever that means. I don't know what coral blue is. It's just a dumb color I made up. Coral reef. Who named it coral reef anyway? What kind of name is reef? Grok, tell me what reef means. Is it like good grief or am I tripping? Okay. Should there be like little bits of like water on there that you can see, or is it too far away for you to like tell the details? I don't want to look up references because I don't want to I don't want to be that guy that just looks up references like ad nauseum. Let's make this a little more white. I think that's good. No, it's slightly tilted. Dang it, bro. Oh, no, other white, there we go. Alright, that's a pretty decent start. I need to put more stars in the background though. So let me do that. More stars along the horizon. Hmm. No, I'm not gonna put the Milky Way. I actually kind of thought about throwing the Milky Way galaxy in there. That's too tempting of an idea. So tempting, it's not even worth it. Okay, now to the cityscape. And this is going to be my worst nightmare. I have no idea how to do this. So, all professional artists use references for their drawings. You don't have to copy the reference 100%, but it's a great baseline, especially for anatomy. You are correct. Okay. Well, I kind of know the basis of what I would like to see. So I'm gonna kind of make it like I'm gonna color code some buildings in like a specific pattern because I've been to Barcelona, so I kind of know what it looks like during the night. Um, so I can kind of start coloring these kind of like one by one. Um, I'd like to just try though, and, like see how much I can get there and see. But I kind of like doing it without a reference because I feel like I have like more freedom to experiment, I guess. You know, not make it like so I can't think of the word right now, but like copy perfect. Not picture perfect, but copy perfect, which is like you know what the reference looks like, and so you copy it down, right? And it's a good copy of a reference, but it's not exactly the same, if you get what I mean. Let's make that more red. Okay, let's go here. Did you kind of see what I'm doing though? I'm just trying to get some basic ideas in. So it's going to look slightly different for each building, but just use this. Mm, more cooler, cooled out. That looks better. Well, wait, hold on. Eminov found. Have you seen some of my videos like this before? Like, have you seen some of the stuff I made before? You don't have to say yes. I feel like I've seen your name before, though. Let's see. Hmm, I'm getting there. I just need to figure out what I'm doing. Mm, Say, well, I guess not wanting to use them is a canon event. I can't interfere, but the drawing looks great. Thank you. This is truly a canon event for me. Yes, I believe it was the Arthur Morgan drawing, if I remember correctly. Oh, cool. That one was fun. I liked doing that one a lot. Okay. I like doing that one a lot. I even made a reel of me doing that one. Actually got a lot of attention, which was cool. I hadn't like made a reel that got a lot of attention like that, so it was pretty cool. I haven't gotten it since, but what can I do? Learning algorithms is too much of a chore for me, but it'd be nice to learn someday. Okay. Actually, let's try a bit of that, because the moon. It's the moon that's reflecting onto these roofs. Not that bright though. That's right. I still gotta drop on the rest of the roofs. Okay, let's get rid of the sketch. Now let's go into the detail. Oh boy, so exciting. Darker. Okay. It's kind of the hard thing, because when you're doing things far away, you can't make the details that big. You have to suggest the details, which is hard, because you really want to get in there and show every excruciating detail that you put into it. But you can't do that. Like, I can only imply this clock tower, but I'm sure you could, tell, oh, that's the clock tower because of the way that's, done. Okay. I want to dirty up this side a bit. Because you need to show there's a separation of each roof, which is also not fun to do because there's so much little excruciating details that you can do, or implications, I mean, to show each and every roof. You know, once in a blue moon, no, not once in a blue moon. Every moon, I love this kind of music, bro. This music is peak. It's nice, it's soothing, it's relaxing. It's just so many good things. Like, how could you not just sit there and enjoy it? Like, yes. I actually think this is the kind of music that actually thrives on the need of human emotion. Um, Mainly because it uses a lot of its emotion in the music, and because you have a lot of emotion coming out of the music, you therefore get emotional reactions from the audience. So the audience can tell what is sad and what is, yo, what's good? What's good, RT? You can see here that I am having a nightmare trying to figure out how I'm about to do all this. It's a process. I'll get there though. Fantastic reflection on the ocean. Thank you. There's only so much I can imply with this freaking cityscape. It's so difficult. No, I mean, you just gotta do it. You know, you just gotta do it and sit with it. And the more you work on it, the better it's going to look. You just have to trust that. That's why a lot of artists will say, trust the process. And you want to say, frick you, but you really have to say, thank you. Um, so, one, because it's manners, and two, because they're right. I gotta make all these roofs a bit darker because the streets are gonna be lit up. Let's see. Separation between these two. Make this a bit darker, make this a little bit darker. Because the streets have to be lit up from the bottom. The up. I mean, it's not terrible, but I know there's more I can do. Like, what am I doing over here? Taking some of this white, lacing it on the top. Okay. Trying to make some distinctions here and there. I gotta throw in some purple though, otherwise it'll look too bright. I honestly think this is the most I'm gonna be able to do. I just have no idea what else I can do. Okay, now to got this odd idea and I'm hoping it works. So let's see. So let's put a bit of orange down here. A bit of like a brightish reddish orange. I'm just gonna put a dot and then another dot and then one last dot there. Okay. Now we're gonna put one dot here and one dot there. Okay. Let's make it just a tad bit brighter. Let me zoom in. Okay, now let's get this thing out. Get a nice bright salmon color. Let's just go through here and just start. And we'll make these just a bit more focused. So you can kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to do. So let me come back here and make it this same kind of brightish color. So it looks like they're kind of like street lights. And that is going to give you the idea that this is a city late at night. And so things are going to start glowing kind of red all around. Do you flip the canvas? Wait, what do you mean flip the canvas? I want to make this slightly brighter. When you say flip the canvas, what do you mean by that? Like literally flip it? I mean, like there are some times when I do that, but it's not as often. Dude, I can't get enough of this music. It's so good. So good, dude. Literally peak music. The reason why they remove this kind of music from like movies is beyond me. Yeah, now I can start adding all these like little details up on the roofs and stuff. Little kind of cross up there. A little bit of a thing here. Um, I really think that's gonna get the idea across. Okay, so now that I've got that, now that I've got the background, right? Now let's come back here to the characters. And obviously they stand out way too much. Like way too much. So let's fix this by uh, so I need to make this more of a purplish white so that way he's more in tune with the more in tune with the sky that he's looking at. And we can move this more towards a skin tone. Oh goodness me. No, but that doesn't make any sense. It looks like he's frozen. Fetch. What do I do? I could do like half of him is no. Oh boy. I did not think this through. Not with the characters, at least, because I just needed a base color. Um, no. I think I need to make. I think I need to do more. I think I need to draw more. Paint more. I mean, because there's. I know there's some things that I'm missing. Um, what? Man, I don't know what to do. Let's see if I can kind of turn it the same color as this, while making it. I make a multiple layer, like a multiplayer layer, and reduce the opacity of them with a bluish color. Wait, what do you mean? I'm confused. Is that gonna work? Let me try that. Uh, let's work with it for now. Because if, let's say like there's a light coming in from this side, from behind him. I mean, it could work, but it's just like, I don't think so. Well, I don't want them to be like that dark. Hmm. Like, I get how that makes sense. Maybe try something more, that's dimmer. This is where my lack of color knowledge comes from. I like that more. This is a lot better.
Better. Um,
Okay, so now that we've got that, go back to the desk. Hmm. Like it looks more natural, but I know there's still something missing. And it's probably these. I mean, that's helping it. Maybe just a little bit brighter. Mm, that's looking a lot better. Multiply layer used for shadows and additional for highlights and making the colors pop. Oh, I already have other layers. I've got the color layer, and then I've got the shading layer, and then I already got those. I wonder if we can make this cooler. Okay, that's helping. That just looks too faded. Multiply layer equals used for shadows and addition for highlights and making the colors pop. I don't, hmm. Man, I don't know. This is seriously throwing a wrench in my way. Working out a little bit. A little bit. Because, like, there's gonna be light coming in from over here. And it's probably going to be, like, a yellowish kind of orange light, right? So, do I want to, like, do, like, highlights on him from coming from over here? I mean, like, that makes sense. That makes sense. mean, but does it make sense to? I mean, I guess so. Uh, yeah, I guess so. Now it's seeming to work out, finally. Just like a very slight. Very slight. I don't want it to like overtake. Did you know? I can imply the little ripples in her dress. Oh my goodness. That's kind of cool. What do you think of that? Secondary light source, that's smart. Yeah, no kidding. I was like freaking out. I was like, bro, how am I gonna make this pop? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if that's the case, I need to make this brighter. No! Frick! Oh no! Reminded me of that scene from what's it called? It was shoot. Project Hail Mary, where he like opens that canister and he takes a whiff of that like gas and he's like, "Oh no!" I know it's only 2D, but I need to make it look more poppy. So I'm adding these smaller highlights. I mean, having the highlights fade out. Huh? Pretty good. Hey, now we're getting somewhere. All these little, I don't like it. Um, have you tried Magma before? You can draw with people from your community together. No. Is that like a computer app? What is that? Sounds nice though. Mm. It's a website. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I can look into it. Probably after I'm done with the stream, I'll look into it actually. Okay, now that I'm getting somewhat somewhere. Control you. Oh. Oh. Can I undo that? What did you do? Why didn't you say so earlier? Dang, can I pick like a very specific part? It's cool. Can it work? Let's try it. Nope. This thing, go back out. Still got a ways to go. The foreground. Palace foreground. There we go. For funsies. Hey, he's returned. Hey. Finally figured out how to color the characters. Isn't that so grand? Um, very grand, yes. Very grand indeed.
Yes, very grand indeed.
You ever use a blending brush? It helps with the 3D look. I'm not going for that right now. I'm just going for the cell style. That kind of cell animated look. Yeah. The music's very fitting, isn't it? Key to making 2D, in my opinion, is to not overdo details. I'm kind of doing that right now, but like I'm not trying to do that on purpose. Um, but I'm not trying to do it on purpose, but it's you kind of have to in a way, because if you don't, like people are gonna be like very confused about like where things are or like what you're trying to imply. That's enough of that. Uh, let's make it like this nice, peachy. What's the story behind the piece? Oh boy, you want to be here forever, don't you? No, I'm kidding. Basically, it's about. So this is a part of a story that I'm hoping to write in the future. That is about a Spanish outlaw and a Spanish outlaw that seeks to be pardoned by his government after joining a terrorist group in the early 1900s. Um, and it's not going to be so simple because the group that he joins now has it out for him because they think that he's a traitor. So it's kind of it's just like it'll be like this fun, unique action adventure kind of a story. Um, where like he's fighting two parties, but he's really trying to be forgiven by one party so that he can live a normal life. Not that like, he actually like likes um it's a little bit more than that. So it's like so he fought in the Spanish American War, this guy right here. This guy I'm about to highlight in all angelic glory. He fought in the Spanish American War believing wholeheartedly in the cause of the Spanish people, which was, to make Spain this glorious empire. And that didn't end up working out. And so he becomes a little disillusioned. And because of that, he joins this Reformation group that is, their whole thing is like, yeah, we want to take Spain back to the glory days. We want to take Spain back to the empire. Their way of trying to do that, though, is through terrorism. And Juan, this guy's name is Juan, by the way, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not for that at all. And so, yeah, and so that's basically what I'm aiming for is to make another kind of like Indiana Jones fun adventure story. Um, and so he will meet up with this girl here that he used to know, and they used to like each other, but because of both of their decisions, they had to leave each other, both thinking that the other one left the other, kind of. So she thinks Juan left her, and he thinks she left him. And so you kind of have that funny, like, oh, I guess, maybe we both overreacted, but, we're not going to get together until like the third movie. So so you have that going on, and then there's a third character who's like a really good friend of Juan. His name is Pep, and he's this like short guy who carries around his stuff because not because like he's like an indentured slave. He's more of like he was in like a ridicule circus where because of his height they called him a bunch of like this like not cool stuff, and Juan had like pity on him, and so he helped him escape the circus. Now Pep is like forever his friend and his servant, right? Because he's like, because you saved me, I will like help you with whatever you want. But Juan's a really like humble guy, and so he'll like help with Pep, whenever he can't carry the load for long. But they work as a team, and so it's like one doesn't get more priority over the other, though Pep would like to argue otherwise. Anyway, so after Juan leaves the group, um, it would sound pretty easy to just like run away and blend in with everybody else, but there's a big problem with that. He has the markings of his group on his face. And these are two scars that you have to put on your face because the leader of the group has two scars on his face. Um, and so Juan puts these scars on his face while he's in the group, and obviously, because he has these scars, they're pretty noticeable. And so, and these aren't like random scars you put on their face, they have to look intentional. And so he has these scars on his face, meaning that people who are from the law or the military, they can identify who members of this group are. So But he obviously doesn't identify with this group anymore, so this is where the problem comes in, and this is where all like the fun action and fights break out and stuff. And so with all of that, that's kind of the basic plot of the story. This is what I'm drawing here is basically what I would call a flashback scene or like a memory of some kind. Um, it's nothing like grand. It's more just world building for me. Um, and so you have this nice so this is him when he was just about to join the military, right? When he's joining the Spanish military. And he's at this ball. Yeah, no, if there's any project I'm so like stoked to work on and hopefully get greenlit, to make a movie, this is the one. Hopefully all that brick filming gives me enough experience though. We can only hope. Yeah, truly though, no, I hope it becomes a movie, and I hope it becomes 3 movies. I'm aiming for the big ones. I'm aiming big time with this story. And then I would try and make some animated projects. I actually want to make a comic book too. That's kind of inspired by Evangelion and a bunch of other animes and stuff. But like, just but with a lot less of the like really depressing stuff. Because I know Evangelion has a lot of depressing stuff in it. I don't plan to do that. I just plan to. Who's Kane Parsons? It's probably gonna sound like a huge shocker, because I'll bet he's like some huge figure guy. Is it just me, or does this music reminds me? I mean, it's gonna be like duh, but like this one very much sounds like this one sounds very much like Mario Galaxy: The Observatory Room. This one very much sounds like it. Oh, you mean Kane Pixels? But is his real name Kane Parsons? Wait, that's cool. How'd you get an interview with him? It was like a school project, or do you actually know him? No, no kidding. He's a young guy. Yeah, Kane Pixels is his YouTube name. So how'd you get an interview with him? That's what I'm wondering. Did you just like happen to meet him like a? Oh, lol. You heard a podcast? Yeah. Well, I think in my opinion, and I'm so like, don't get me wrong, I am so stoked for the kid. Like, he deserves to have the project 100%, right? He deserves to get the praise that he should, because he puts a lot of effort into his videos, and I know that because I've seen some of the behind the scene clips, and how he's able to hide a lot of those imperfections of his videos. Um, so however, I it was kind of based off of somebody else's idea, which I hope he does give credit to, because the original idea of the backrooms wasn't his, it was somebody else's. But I honestly don't think the guy who made that 4chan post about, you know, the backrooms doesn't, I'm pretty sure he doesn't care. But a little bit of recognition goes a long way, especially for credibility. So I hope in the movie there's some amount of credit, or in the YouTube series, because I haven't seen the whole YouTube series. I've seen the Wendigoon breakdown though. I like Wendigoon. Fortunately, we don't know who. No, yeah, that's the unfortunate part. Hopefully, the guy who did create it does come out and say like, "Dang, I didn't imagine this would happen." So good on Kane Pixels for taking an idea like that. No, no, I know he's made it clear that it's not his idea. I just hope other people don't get that idea, but I'm sure there will be people though that get that idea. But I don't know. That's not my point. My point um is that he will in the future make more of his like own stuff, because there's like that new series he made, like There's Still People Here, which sounds like a super interesting premise. And apparently there's like a living railroad sign, which is odd as a monster, but all right, you know. No, yeah, if it was anybody else directing the movie, I would have been pissed. But what's also really cool too is I saw it in the trailer. Um, he's actually going to get to use a lot of his Blender techniques as like the recordings. And now that he's got like, you know, Hollywood equipment, it's gonna be so good to see that. I've seen some cool books and media turned into horrible movies. Dude, too many have been turned so bad. And now we're supposed to be getting a Street Fighter movie, and I'm honestly worried about it because they just need to embrace the campiness instead of going all serious. Because if you try to go serious with a thing like, yeah, no, the electric state is a serious premise. It was originally, if I remember correctly, reading the synopsises on the internet, was it was like a boy with like a robot that were being hunted down by a detective. But in this movie, they just like fully like Marvelized it. They just turned it into a freaking Marvel movie, and that pissed me off. No, the book is so awesome. I've only seen bits and pieces, but from what I saw, it looks so good. I think I'm gonna call this right now. I think I'm gonna call it for now and work on it later. But what's funny though, you're gonna get a kick out of this. Dude, actually, no kidding that you say that. He's he was one of my I don't even know how to describe it. On the Discord, I'll send you a couple images that I had made in my sketchbooks that were inspired by Simon Stalenhag. He was my very first inspiration when actually taking art seriously, and you'll see that. But as of now, there's not much I want to do more of this. I'm so tired out doing this one, but I want to show you one last thing before I go because I think this is so funny. So I saw the Speed Racer movie, and I'm making a piece for Speed Racer. So this will be another art piece I'm making. You're working on a project inspired by his work? That's cool. Is it gonna be a brick film or is it gonna be something else? Speed Racer is tough. Saw it in IMAX recently, and it was the greatest thing I ever saw. Well, anyway, I'm gonna head out. I gotta eat dinner and get ready for other things later tonight. So, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. It's gonna be a mixed media ARG type thing. Well, I can't wait to see what you've got to prove it. So, hopefully that'll work out for you. But that's it for me right now. I don't got anything else to do. So, I'm kind of pooped out making that whole spiel. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll keep good with y'all. Hopefully, in the next live I'll do at some point. I got a whole summer to do this stuff, so well, see y'all laters. Have a good one.